Hi friends, Sarah K. Grace here, Empath X Files, where energy meets answers. Today we are answering a question from a viewer that is very, very pertinent and relevant. How can I best support somebody who is grieving the loss of a loved one during the holidays? Man, there's a lot of this year. I myself have lost 5 friends this year, 3 suicides, all first responders, and 2 to cancer. So 5 deaths in 1 calendar year is a lot, even for me. So this is a very pertinent and relevant video, not just for myself, but for the collective, because I know there's a lot of death and transition, and there's a lot of people grieving that right now. So if you have lost somebody, or you know somebody who's lost somebody and you want to be able to show up for them, how do you do that? All right, first, open door communication without running an agenda. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Second, basic acts of service. And then third, listening about the need to respond and eventually getting into some sort of more support down the line. But let's see. Okay, everybody deals with grief differently. So the typical response is DABDA: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Very rarely does it go exactly in stages like that, and people can take years to process through. Everyone processes grief differently, so some people get very viscerally emotional, hysterical, somber. Some people just shut down, and there's no right or wrong. Everybody is exactly where they are. So if you have a friend that you're wanting to support during the holidays, first, just let them know you're there. Okay, so open door policy. I'm going to check in on you like every day or every other day or whatever feels right for you. Just let them know I'm going to check in on you. You don't have to respond, but just know that I'm here. And establish that open line of communication without trying to put an agenda, without like, I'm going to come help you and I'm going to do all these. Not that. This is more just like, hey, I'm here if you need me. Okay, so that's stage 1. Stage 2 is going to be the basic acts of service. The holidays are a lot anyway, and when you have lost somebody and you're going through grief, it just is like gasoline on the fire. It can be really hard to function. So very basic things, acts of service in the way of, have you eaten? Do you need me to get you groceries? Can I walk your dog? What is it? Do you need me to DoorDash you something? Very basic acts of service that will help the person in the foundational aspects of life. So a lot of times people either don't eat or eat like shit when they are grieving, and that is what it is. But, providing some nice, healthy, prepackaged meals or, heat and serve kind of meals so that the person doesn't have to try to prepare something, and delivering things like Pedialyte or Gatorade or electrolyte packets, because their systems are going to be likely dehydrated and pretty nuked from what they got going on. So very basics, act of service. Now, the other thing is, when you are communicating, try your best to just listen without responding, without the need to like, oh yeah, I understand. Have you ever, when you're talking and you're venting and you just want to share and the person's like giving you advice, that's not the time for this. This is really the time to just listen and let the person just kind of vent and share wherever they are. Even if they're having some really hard stuff come up or some kind of scary stuff come up, just witness them and let them know that you're there to support them without trying to come over the top and run an agenda. It can be uncomfortable and hard to hear and to sit with somebody in their pain, because most people, not sociopaths or psychopaths, but most people don't like to see other people hurting. And so you want to like do something to fix it, to make it better. But in this instance, it's really about presence and just letting them know that you were there. Okay? Down the line, when they're ready, their grief process will be their own. But there's things like EMDR, somatic trauma therapy, trauma release exercises, EFT or tapping, acupuncture, all of these very basic kind of somatic things that will begin to move the grief through the body, through the lungs, and through the field. But they'll get to that if and when they do. Okay, so in the immediate, especially during the holidays, let them know you're available. Don't project onto them. Basic acts of service. Just let them know you're there. I hope this is helpful to you, and please send this to somebody that it could help. So share, and subscribe. So much love to you. Until next time.